My friend Bruce was born in San Francisco but grew up in Hong Kong just like me. We called him Little Dragon, a strong name for a boy who would become so strong. Hong Kong was a city full of energy and Bruce matched it. He was always moving, always playing, with a fire in his eyes that would one day light up the world. Even as a child, he was a performer, surrounded by stages and cameras thanks to his father, a famous Cantonese opera star. Bruce became a child actor in many Hong Kong films, a natural in front of the camera. He learned early how to connect with an audience, to express himself with his whole body. Life in Hong Kong could be tough, with street fights common. Bruce was small, but never afraid. He got into his share of fights, always wanting to prove his strength. These street experiences taught him that real fights are messy and unpredictable. He realized he needed real skill to defend himself. This desire led him to martial arts, not just for fighting, but for self-discovery. He saw Kung Fu as a path to channel his energy and become a better person. Bruce was searching for a teacher, knowing he had much to learn. This was the moment his life would change forever. He was about to take his first real step on the path of the martial artist, a path that would make him a legend. Bruce found his first true master in Ip Man, a grandmaster of Wing Chun Kung Fu. Wing Chun is about technique and intelligence, not brute force. It teaches you to use your opponent's energy against them, to be soft and strong at the same time, like water. Bruce was excited to learn from such a great master, and dedicated himself completely. He practiced every day, working on forms and the sticky hands drill Chi Sao, to build lightning-fast reflexes. Bruce absorbed everything, pushing himself harder than anyone else. Master IP saw Bruce's focus and talent, but also his fiery spirit. He taught Bruce not just the moves, but the philosophy, discipline, self-control, and that the greatest victory is over oneself. These lessons shaped Bruce's foundation, teaching him that martial arts is about building character, not just fighting. Wing Chun gave him the tools he needed: directness, economy of motion, and the importance of the center line. But Bruce was always questioning, always thinking. He respected tradition, but knew he had to find his own way. His training with Master IP was the solid ground he stood on. From this ground, he would later leap into the sky. Bruce's passion for Kung Fu was unstoppable. He was building the base for a revolution in martial arts. Every lesson with Master IP brought him closer to his true self. Bruce learned that martial arts was a journey, not a destination. He was determined to keep growing, keep evolving. The seeds of something new were already taking root. Bruce was ready to break boundaries. The world of martial arts would never be the same. At 18, Bruce moved to Seattle, leaving behind his home and family in Hong Kong. America was a new world, and for the first time, he was on his own. He carried with him the lessons of Master IP and dreams of sharing Chinese Kung Fu with the world. Bruce worked hard, juggling jobs and studying philosophy at the University of Washington. He was always learning, not just a martial artist but a thinker, connecting mind and body. In Seattle, Bruce began teaching Kung Fu, starting with a few students. He taught them Wing Chun, but also started to experiment, adding his own ideas to be practical and useful in real situations. He was not just teaching a style, but a way of thinking about combat. His passion was contagious, and soon his Junfan Kung Fu Institute began to grow. He opened another school in Oakland, building a diverse community, welcoming everyone, regardless of race. Bruce believed Kung Fu was for everyone, breaking down barriers, showing the world we can all learn and grow together. Bruce was a true pioneer, building bridges through martial arts. He challenged old traditions and created new opportunities. He wanted to change the world, one student at a time. His journey in America was just beginning. Bruce was on the path to greatness. Bruce's journey in America was not easy. He faced prejudice and discrimination. Some people didn't respect him or his culture, but it only made him more determined. He wanted to prove the power and beauty of his heritage. Bruce faced challenges from within the martial arts community too. Some traditional Chinese masters were angry he taught non-Chinese students. They challenged him to a fight. If he lost, he'd have to stop teaching outsiders. Bruce won, but was dissatisfied with his performance. He realized traditional Wing Chun was too restrictive for real-life situations. This fight was a turning point. It made him question everything he'd learned. Bruce saw that no single style had all the answers. Real fights are chaotic. You need to adapt. This experience forced him to evolve. He started training harder, studying boxing, fencing, wrestling, and judo. Bruce took the best from many arts, searching for the truth in combat. He was no longer just a Wing Chun practitioner. He was becoming a complete martial artist. Bruce was on a quest to create something new, uniquely his own. He was building a new path for all martial artists. Every challenge made him stronger. Bruce learned to turn obstacles into opportunities. He refused to be limited by tradition or prejudice. His vision was clear. Martial arts should be free, adaptable, and open to all. Bruce's journey was about more than fighting. It was about breaking boundaries. He was ready to change the world. The little dragon was forging his own destiny, and nothing could stop him. After that fight, Bruce began to create his own martial art philosophy, Jeet Kune Do, the way of the intercepting fist. It wasn't just another style, but a new way of thinking, simple, direct, and non-classical. Bruce believed the best defense is to intercept your opponent's move before it starts. JKD was not a fixed system. Bruce said, "Absorb what is useful, discard what is useless, and add what is specifically your own." Every person's JKD would be different, fitting their own strengths and weaknesses. It was a personal journey of self-discovery. The philosophy went beyond fighting. It was a way to live. Bruce taught, be like water, adaptable, flexible, able to flow around obstacles. This idea inspired people everywhere. To develop JKD, Bruce trained his body relentlessly, combining Eastern techniques with Western science. He became a legend of physical fitness. Every muscle functional, every movement efficient. Bruce was a living example of his own philosophy. JKD was about freedom, not limitation. Bruce's art was always evolving, just like him. He was ready to share his vision with the world. Bruce's skills and philosophy caught Hollywood's attention. He did a screen test, moving with speed and power no one had seen before. This led to his first big role as Kato in The Green Hornet. Though just the sidekick, Bruce stole every scene. American audiences had never seen anything like him. His fighting style was fast, precise, and explosive. Kids everywhere pretended to be Kato. Despite his popularity, Hollywood wasn't ready for a Chinese leading man. Bruce pitched his own show, The Warrior, but studios weren't brave enough to make it. Frustrated, Bruce decided to return to Hong Kong, where he could be the star. He wanted to make movies his way without waiting for Hollywood's permission. It was a bold move, leaving America behind to chase his vision. Bruce was determined to prove himself on his own terms. He knew he could be a star. In Hong Kong, he would finally get his chance. Bruce was ready to show the world what he could do. He was taking control of his destiny. The next chapter of his story was about to begin. Hollywood would soon have no choice but to notice him. Back in Hong Kong, Bruce signed with Golden Harvest and starred in The Big Boss, a massive hit. He broke box office records and became Asia's biggest star. Bruce wasn't just fighting on screen, he was expressing real emotion. His next film, Fist of Fury, was even bigger, inspiring national pride with the line, "We are not sick men of Asia." His fight scenes were revolutionary, graceful, powerful, and full of story. Bruce choreographed his own fights, making every move count. Then came The Way of the Dragon, which he wrote, directed, and starred in. The final fight with Chuck Norris in the Roman Colosseum became legendary. Bruce showed that different styles could come together, building bridges between East and West. His success was so huge, Hollywood finally came to him. Enter the Dragon was the first Hong Kong Hollywood co-production. Bruce was finally the star of a big American film. He had achieved his dream and broken down barriers. Bruce proved a Chinese actor could be a global superstar. Enter the Dragon became one of the most successful martial arts films ever. Bruce's influence reached every corner of the world. He was more than a movie star, he was an icon. The Little Dragon had conquered the big screen. Bruce Lee was more than a fighter or movie star, he was a philosopher. He filled notebooks with thoughts on martial arts life and the human spirit. Bruce believed martial arts was a path to self-knowledge. The real goal wasn't to defeat others, but to overcome your own ego and limitations. His philosophy of honestly expressing yourself was at the core of everything he did. Bruce taught that everyone is unique. We should find our own truth and express it without fear. This message resonated with millions who felt trapped by expectations. He encouraged authenticity, not following rigid systems. Bruce spoke of emotional content. A punch had to have feeling behind it. His movements on screen showed anger, determination, and focus. He brought emotional depth to martial arts films, making fighting an art form. Bruce was a mind and spirit, not just a body. He explained complex ideas simply like, be like water. He inspired people to train both body and mind. Bruce's lessons were about living honestly and powerfully. He was a teacher for the world. Bruce Lee passed away in 1973, just before Enter the Dragon was released. He was only 32, and his death shocked the world, but his legend only grew stronger. Enter the Dragon made him a global icon, a symbol of strength and rebellion. Bruce's impact on martial arts is immeasurable. He brought Kung Fu into the modern world. He inspired millions to train and opened doors for Asian actors and martial artists. Bruce changed the way fight scenes were filmed and is the father of modern mixed martial arts. His influence went far beyond movies. He became a cultural icon and a symbol of Asian pride. He broke down racial barriers and showed a hero can look like anyone. Bruce inspired people of all backgrounds to stand up for themselves. Today his face is on t-shirts, his movies still watched, his philosophy still studied. He taught us that our only limits are the ones we place on ourselves. Bruce showed the power of dedication, hard work, and self-belief. The little dragon became an immortal dragon. His fire will never go out. Bruce Lee's legacy is eternal, a shining light for all of us to follow.